Welcome to Social Work Sunday Tea. I am Shakia Houston. It is a February, what's today? The 21st? The 21st of February. Happy to be alive and well. Everybody, make sure you let us know that you're in the live. Make sure you put a heart emoji. Also, click the link above so I can know who you are when you're talking. Because I gotta look on the iPad to see. I mean, which is fine. Just give StreamYard the permission to see your face, so we can see your face. But yeah, today we have a special guest. We're here. This is part 2. If you would like to introduce yourself, Jasmine.
Hey, everybody. So I am Jasmine Ray. I am a clinical mental health counselor here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I've been in practice I've been in mental health for about 6 years now. I am program director of a first episode psychosis initiative. I also work in private practice. I am working my way to become a trauma guru. So I do all things trauma. A few things that I'm trained in. I am EMDR trained. I am DBT trained. I am CBT trained. I am TFCBT trained, which is just a lot of acronyms to say that I am highly credentialed in trauma work and working with young people and young adults who are experiencing traumatic experiences. I also work with psychosis and do a lot of family work. And here recently, I've been on an attachment kick, learning a whole lot about attachment and how it affects our day-to-day lives, which is kind of how we got here to talk about friendships and the ending of friendships and what that looks like. I am grateful to be here with you all and excited to spill this tea.
Hey. Thank you so much, Jasmine. This is part 2 of the ending of friendship. Hey, everybody in the chat. How y'all doing? So excited for you guys to be here. It's a privilege and an honor, Jasmine. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you coming back second time around. We're talking about the ending of friendships. We're going to recap of, as far as what is a friend. So I'm going to do the definition. What is a friend again? At first I did the Donny Hathaway, You Got a Friend. The Dionne Warwick, That's What Friends Are For. I did another one. What's another one I did? Anyway, I did those lyrics of people talking about friendships. And, they're very, very much so important. Oh, real quick, make sure you click like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like, let everybody know we on. Social Work Sunday Tea is on. And also, I gotta bring in like the tea. Actual tea. We got tea, we got mugs. I gotta do this promotional before we dive in real quick. And we got tea mugs. We got them. Okay, just let me know if you need some tea. Today we're gonna be raffling off two teas in a mug today. So we're gonna be, we're gonna work it out. All right. So we're gonna get back into the show, the tea, to get this tea. The endings of what is a friend? Okay, like what is a friend? The dictionary says a person whom one knows, with whom one has a bond with mutual affection. Another one says a friend is someone who knows all about you and still loves you. True and real friends are hard to come by, so you need to treat them well. You are born into a family that you didn't have have any say over it. That's why I need to have my glasses on. Any say over it. Sometimes we are close, and sometimes we aren't close. But our friendships are the family we choose. That was a good definition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do we have? Oh, just a real quick recap of friend. What is a friend? What is your definition of a friend, Jasmine?
So like last time we talked a lot about the loyalty and the commitment that kind of comes in friendships, and holding space for another person. So for me, those things are really important. I look for security inside of my friendships. I look for closeness, but also differences. I mean, that's how we ultimately grow, by being able to have someone who shares like things with us. So obviously we can get to a friend point, but also has other things that they enjoy, because then I'm able to grow and learn from them as well. I think for me, one of the biggest things with like my friendships is I go back to loyalty. It's so loyalty and love. Like I want my friends to love me. I want them to love on me.
Yeah.
I want them to speak love into my life, and the friends that I have are really good with that, but also just being loyal. And if there's an issue, coming into me about it, talking to me about it on a personal level, not just spreading it out in the street. So that's kind of how I see friendships.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you said it pretty much in one lump sum. Like, yeah, definitely. Even coming into, getting into relationships with different people, you start building this bond, and it kind of like, you keep building foundation after, brick after brick after brick, until you like, okay, you have this this friendship, this bond, and it blossoms, but today we're talking about the ending of it, how sometimes it can be, I don't know which one's worse, like breaking up with like like a breakup, or I mean, it is a breakup.
It is a breakup.
Majority of the times, you pretty much don't know, like, why are you breaking up, like as far as a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna dive into, why friendships they end, due to circumstances. People change, their lives change, no longer working together, or going to the same school, or things like that. So and then distance. Sometimes distance grow people apart as well. Lying, being deceitful,
Right.
yeah, negativity. Your friends spend more time like cutting you down than building you up. Obligation. A person that has like, you feel obligated. You no longer enjoy, being in that space with them. Toxic. Ugh. When it's a person like being toxic in your life, and then the values change. Different values, like you see things differently. However, we do see things differently, but it's just something about it that makes it more difficult to be around, or um yeah. So what are some other ways, um how do we helpful ways to end a friendship? I think we covered that as well on the last time. Could we talk about some of the ways that we end friendships?
I think if there's an opportunity to talk about the disconnect, then obviously you want to go that route. Communication is so important. And so sometimes things just fizzle out and there's not a real opportunity to talk about it. But if there is an opportunity to talk about, hey, we've kind of met the middle of the road and it's time for us to go our separate ways, then I think that's probably the most healthy and cordial way to kind of end friendships. So that you're not creating this toxicity between yourself and another person. If that's not possible and a friendship just ends, and you're not really sure why, and you're not sure if you can get closure. Because just like any other relationship, we want to have closure. We want to know why it ended, what happened, what can we do better. You know, you want to do that self-improvement. Where did I go wrong type of deal. I think in those scenarios, the same way you would do with any other relationship is just being gentle and kind with yourself. You know, relationships require us to give ourselves a lot of grace. We have to be understanding that there's sometimes not one particular reason that things end. Sometimes there is, but humans are multifaceted, so there could be a lot of reasons why things end or change on your end or on that person's end. So my tip number one would be extend grace to yourself. Just like any other relationship, you want to have grace towards yourself. Give yourself forgiveness, give yourself time to kind of heal that. Tip two, increase that self-care. I know people talk about it constantly, you know, take care of yourself, spend time with yourself, but it's so essential, especially when a vital part of our life has been interrupted, or a vital part of our routine, you know, has some disturbance in it. And that's what ending friendship does. You know, it causes disturbance. Also, reflection. I tell everybody, even if it's not on you, like even if the friendship ended because of the other person's malice or whatever the case may be, still take the time to do reflection. It's so important for us to be in connection with how we feel, what's going on with us, what could we have done different in that relationship, good, bad, or indifferent. But also recognizing, did we let this go on too long? Was that my friend for way too long and it should have came to an end? Because at that point, we also have to be accountable. And so that's my last one. It's like, hold yourself accountable. That's not to say punish yourself, but just recognize what part did you play? Good, bad, or indifferent. A lot of time people think that accountability is about taking fault. That's not what it is. You know, accountability is about acknowledgement. So acknowledge where things kind of went wrong, and if there's an opportunity to get back on track, get back on track. But if there's not and the friendship is over, you've done the work to heal that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Accountability. You know, you kind of like reflection, self-reflection. You know, every day I do self-reflection. What did I do to, you know, what am I doing? What if I hurt anybody, or if even with my friends, even the friends people that I'm develop a friendship with, you know, I be I'm careful with them. You know, I extend grace. You know, I'm kind of like, we're still learning each other in the beginning stage of a new friendship. So I extend grace. You know, I give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe that's the person who I am. You know what I mean? I give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'm like, okay, you know, until you show yourself otherwise, it's like, oh, okay, you know, I'm good. What are some of the ways people end friendship? I know one, they go ghost on you.
Which is so cringe.
Yeah. I think when they go ghost, you don't hear from them for a while. You just like, okay, making you feel like you done something, and it be them, like, you know. And I like I said before, I take accountability if I did do something wrong, and you know, I get convicted. I'm be like, ooh, you know, let me go to my friend and be like, hey, I love you, girl. You know, I ain't mean for it to come out this way or that way and things like that. And we Gucci. So it's like another way people become hostile and aggressive. I know we recapping hostile and aggressive. My question to you is it a best way to end a friendship over text?
I honestly don't think so. I think text messages can become so convoluted. You can't read emotion through text message. Obviously, if there are some circumstances that won't allow you to get in front of that person, you know, if there's like a distance, like proximity, they're not in your area, then I even think in that situation, pick up the phone, have a conversation. It's so important for people to be able to hear how you feel. And text message, while it's wonderful because it's quick, it's easy, it just doesn't convey those emotions. Even with all the emojis, it still doesn't convey what you may be trying to get across. And so I always recommend face-to-face, but if a face-to-face isn't possible, pick up the phone.
Absolutely. A lot of people, you know what? Sometimes they go through other people.
Yeah.
They go through other people. It's like, hey, I don't talk to them no more. You don't even know that y'all don't talk no more.
Right.
I just think that they go through other people, and you kind of like find out through the grapevine, and like, oh, okay. And then when you do try to talk, they don't want to talk still. They're like, no, I'm good on that. That's it. So I think once we know that happened, as far as somebody ghosting us, don't want to talk to us, what are some helpful tips to as far as like coping with that? Because it could have been a long friendship, and all of a sudden you just disconnect. So what are some healthy tips as far as coping with that?
I think forgiveness.
Okay.
Forgiveness comes to mind first. And I know sometimes people don't intentionally ghost. And I say that because I've been guilty of it. Like I'm studying for an exam right now. So a few of my friends probably feel distant. So also trying to figure out the intentionality behind it. If there's an opportunity to figure that out, then that may be an area. But one big coping mechanism is just forgiveness, because we know forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for ourselves. So just like having that talk with yourself, I did the best I could inside of this relationship. I was honest, I was loyal, whatever characteristics you brought to that friendship, reaffirming those to yourself and reminding yourself that this was a two-way partnership. You couldn't do it alone. And the fact that it's over doesn't just lie on yourself. So I think that's one of the best ways to cope with it. But just like anything, it's like heartbreak. You kind of got to go through the grieving cycle of it, being in denial and shock and angry about it. But once you reach forgiveness, that's when you kind of know, okay, things are at peace. It is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this is the question. What are some of the red flags as far as in a toxic friendship?
I think one of the biggest red flags, there's just so many.
I mean, you can list them, you know what I'm saying? You can list them.
If you feel like you're in a friendship and you can't be heard, it's time to run. If you feel like you only have to, okay, so this is one that's kind of culture appropriate. Okay, so if you feel like you can only be around that person when you're at your best, or it's good vibes only, baby, it's toxic. Nobody is at their best constantly. I need to be around you when the vibe ain't so good so you can help me. If it is exhausting, like emotionally exhausting, every time their friend calls, they got to complain, or they got to worry, or that's too much for any person. Seek therapy. If they only want to gossip to you, if they want to gossip about their other friends, this is I think that's kind of a big one, because people tend to kind of do that. They get a little too chatty. Oh, did you hear about so-and-so? You're not even friends with so-and-so, so why are you talking about them?
Right.
If they try to shame or guilt you or belittle you, those are red flags. That's not the place you should be. You don't want anybody to make you feel bad for who you authentically are. You can't be your original self. If you can't present ideas and feel supported, it's probably not the best relationship.
Yeah. Someone said, when you can't honestly express your feelings to your friend without them getting mad, when you find it's just too hard to be their friend. Wow.
Absolutely. When it feels like a job, it's time to quit.
Absolutely. And sometimes we just try to stick it out. You know what I mean? Like we have that glimpse of hope, like, oh, it's gonna get better. Okay, let me try to stick this out. Everybody in the comments, let us know, like, what are some of the toxic traits of a friend?
Of a friend.
Yeah.
What are some of those red flags?
Some red flags when you like, this toxic. Another toxic when someone, like, I think we did discuss that, like somebody trying to one up on you. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. And then if you start talking about what's going on with you, and then here they come. Well, I did. I'll be like, oh, okay. I mean, I wasn't friends with an individual, but I seen how the interaction between the two friends. And I think that's another, what was I say? Having spoken to my best friend for over 30 years, in 2 years, had to end it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah, it's real. This ending of friendship stuff is real.
It's real, and it hurts, and
it's trauma.
It's trauma.
Yeah. Trauma and drama. Like, you kind of like it's heartbreaking, we're gonna be best friends forever, and then it doesn't work out like that, know. And we have to accept that. That's a hard pill to swallow, not having your friend and you told all your secrets to, and you went through the waves of life together, the roller coasters, and then here it is. It's just a cycle. Like, someone said it's definitely a grieving process. It is.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a grieving process. Yeah, it's real.
It's tough. Definitely.
Yeah, it's real tough. Now, I know that I know we wanted to talk about how the attachment style, right? Can you share with the viewers what do we mean by that as far as our attachment style, or
So we all have a manner in which we attach to other individuals, and that can look different, for different people. So there is secure attachment. So for one, attachment starts at birth, but as we develop, it can change. It's fluid. It isn't something that, has to stay the same. So if you have a distant attachment with your mom or your dad, yes, you have characteristics of those things that, are grown into you, but it doesn't mean that you will have an unhealthy attachment for the rest of your life. So people can have secure attachment, they can have avoidant attachment, disorganized attachment, anxious attachment. Those are the 4 different types. And what that looks like, so of course, secure attachment means that you can find healthy proximity between whatever partnership, whether it's male, female, 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 however that goes for you, you can be able to identify healthy boundaries and communication styles within that. You're able to be secure in who you are. They're able to be secure in that partnership. And it goes the same way for friendships. If you can share things and be engaging with the person inside of a friendship, then obviously it's more secure. Anxious attachment is really common, especially as we start to get older and trying to build new friendships. So it is the idea of kind of being preoccupied. So being anxious about what's to come. How is that going to look? Kind of tripping up and worrying about what maybe other people are thinking or feeling. Which isn't very uncommon. We want to make good impressions. We want to show up for people. So sometimes we become anxious about it. Another attachment is avoidant, or just being ambivalent. So when people say they want to be your friend, but then don't show anything that says they want to be your friend. They could have an avoidant attachment style. They think you're supposed to come to them. They have a difficult time kind of connecting with people. Those are things that they can work on individually. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It just means that they have work that they need to do. And having disorganized attachment. So sometimes you see that in people who I like to think that this comes up more in drama. You know, those people who are hopping in between and kind of gossiping.
Yeah.
You know, when I think about attachment in relation to friendship, because we do so much work with attachment and partnership, when I kind of compare it to friendships, it makes me think of drama when I think of that one. But I always suggest people take the attachment quiz, find out what your attachment style is. It gives you like a whole lot of different skills that you can utilize to improve it. A few weeks ago, me and my friends all did it together and kind of, you know, talked about it some. So, and it's called the Attachmentproject.com, and you can go on there and it's free and you can take the quiz and find out what your attachment style is, and it also gives you like tips and stuff. But I think looking at attachment in relation to friendships, and we kind of got on that because the last time somebody had a question or something and it kind of came up, and I really started thinking about how important it is, you know, the way we attach to parental figures, the way we attach to our partners, the way we attach to each other, all of that affects our friendships.
Yeah.
All of that has, you know, an impression on how we interact with people, how we interact with them in social settings, in private settings. So I've really been harping on the attachment stuff lately because I do think it's so important. And it's important for us to recognize that, let's say you take the quiz and it comes out, you have one of these not so great attachment styles. It can be improved.
Yes.
You know, we can always get better. You can always find ways to build healthy bonds with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And while we were saying healthy bonds, what about, now this is the question, what about if you have a friend and then they got friends? How do you connect them together? And you know what? Sometimes it's kind of rough because
it's hard.
It's hard because you got friends like with different, you know, you're a different kind of friend to different type, you know, kind of your people. Right. So it's like, okay, I want all you guys to love, you know, together. And it's
I know.
Like that.
And my friends would say I'm horrible at I was like, you horrible at
being honest, you know.
I am selfish.
Yeah.
I love who I love. I want them just to be mine. I think it's the only child in me. I am just so like, once you're my friend, I don't really want you to have a whole bunch of other friends. I feel like my personality is so big. Don't you get enough of me? You know, but I do have friends. I'm being honest. I'm being 100 with y'all. I do have friends who have, I mean, obviously, all of my friends have other groups. And I guess in so many ways, I have other groups too, because you're right. There are some people you interact with for certain things. There are other people you interact with other things. Trying to blend them. Some of the most common ways that friend groups overlap is usually birthdays. Because, you know, if you have a birthday dinner or something like that, you invite all the crews.
Yeah, all of them.
And you got to kind of see like, okay, how everybody going to interact? Holidays, they can be another way, like if you do stuff around the holidays. But I think when we think about it, we have to think about it as if blending families.
Yeah.
It's a transition.
Yeah.
It's full of bumps. It's full of I think it's happiness, but also sadness, just if it was a family, you know, trying to blend together. I think it's also very unpredictable. You don't know exactly how those other people are going to react to you.
Yeah.
You don't know how you're going to react to them.
Yeah.
That could be kind of hard.
Yeah. Someone just said, just be friendly to their friends and go from there.
Keeping an open mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just anybody, if anybody have questions, please put it in the chat. Let me know. We can answer it at the best of our ability, all that good stuff. But I got a question. What if a friend, okay, we have this family, this birthday gathering, I'm just doing a scenario. We have this birthday gathering, and you know, my friend is introduced to my other friend. Then they become friends. Then they X you out the picture. Yeah, what happened? Because I want to know. Because I feel a certain type of way. Like,
I know that's right.
you my friend. Like, we all supposed to go. You supposed to tell me about it so I can go.
Right.
Yeah, but so when that happens, like, give me something. Give me, because it happens a lot.
It does happen. Mm-hmm.
It happens a lot.
It does happen.
Yeah.
I think you have to go back to, okay, how do I take care of myself in this spot? Because for one, I would also do some reflecting.
Okay.
How close were we really? How did I get X'd out of something that I introduced?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not to sound cocky, but like if I brought you to the game, how did I end up without a ride home? You know what I mean? Like, how did this happen?
Jasmine, don't be spitting that game on us like that.
So I really would have to sit back and ask myself, how close were we really? Was she just my kick it buddy and I didn't realize? Because that does happen. Sometimes I think friendships have levels to it. And sometimes we'll get our kick it buddy confused with somebody that we're really close to. Because you spend a lot of time with the kick it buddy. That's who you going out with. That's who you chilling with. But you might not actually be invested, like telling them secrets and all of that kind of stuff. And so it's easy for them to connect with somebody else.
Yeah.
So I think asking yourself, like, how close were we really? Is this something that I should be upset about? Mm-hmm. I think if you are upset, if there's an opportunity to have a conversation, have a conversation. But sometimes you got to let folks just go on because maybe she wasn't that great for you.
Yeah. Someone says, that's a good one. All right. Okay. I think it's all about communication and understanding that everyone will bond differently.
Absolutely.
And here we go with the emotional bonding piece.
Mm-hmm.
Different, the attachment styles. Mm-hmm. So they kind of like go together hand in hand. It's okay. And you can let them know how you feel. Ask them both. That's good. That's good.
Good. Yeah.
Who said that? Who said that? I can't see your name, see your face.
That's real good. Addressing it head on. Like, what happened? And maybe you all will become a beautiful trio of friends, if there's an opportunity for that.
Absolutely. Everybody, let me know if you have any questions. You can put it in the chat. Make sure you do a watch party, share it, share this live. So what are some, I know we talked about the red flags. What are since we're ending, we're at part 2 of ending of friendships. Oh, okay. Hey, Miss Jackie. Okay. So what if so what are, like, if you do have good friends, we gotta keep close with our good friends. Mm-hmm. So what are the green flags? We're gonna call it green flags. What are the green flags that you have a good friendship? Like, you got some good friends.
There's no judgment. You can just authentically be yourself.
Yeah.
Validation of feelings.
Yeah.
I can say I'm sad and we could be in a room and everybody happy and my friends will address that. What's going on? They will validate those feelings, So I think that's really important. It's a balance. We giving, but we also taking. There are no friendships where you're completely a giver and somebody else is completely a taker. That's just not how friendships are made, So having a balance of give and take, whether that's support, financial, whatever that looks like for you all, but having a balance with it. Safety and security. You can feel safe with them. You can feel secure with them. That when you all are together, whatever said between or transpires between you all, it's just between you all.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Celebration. If I did good, sis, tell me I did good. We always, like my little crew, we always say, if I eat, you eat.
Yeah.
Celebrate. Let's celebrate together. This is not just me. This is all of us.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah. But some people can't. I don't know.
That one's tough for people.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know, you got to know when to hold it. You got to know when to fold it. It is okay to agree to disagree. You guys don't have to see the world the same way. You don't, you know, so, and I think another thing, and this kind of wraps into like the ending of friendships, but this is a green flag because if we do it correctly, we can keep them. Making room for growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Can I have some room to change a little bit, to adjust myself, to learn new things without you feeling outed or ostracized or feeling like I don't love or appreciate you anymore? So having some room for growth, I think that's really important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Someone says support and loyalty. Yep, absolutely. They want more for you and push you until it gets done. Yeah, they do. Like for real, they're present. They're there. They're there. They support you through everything. They keep you humble.
That's a big one.
They keep you
right.
Hey, I know you're on the high, but come on down.
Little notches.
Come on down a little notches. You know, they don't let you you know, get cocky. You know, they don't. Someone says someone who is consistent with their friendship even when you are not around. Yes.
Absolutely.
Listen, you need that. You know, like when I'm not around, like first of all, with my friend, you ain't gonna talk. You ain't gonna talk no crap. I'm gonna cuss you out around my friend. I can't deal with that because like you're not gonna sit up there. First of all, you're a stranger danger. And I don't know you like that, but you ain't gonna and you're not gonna come in my space. Even friends of friends. I had a situation, we were on vacation. And we had friends. It was like a whole group of friends. Here we go with the trying to blend friends together, where we had, you know, different types of friends, and some friends were acting kind of bogus towards one of my friends. She's on here. She know what I'm talking about. We was in Vegas. And I got her together, like she tried to talk crazy to her. I'm like, we ain't gonna do that today. Straight face, like, nope, because we would have told that hotel room up. Like, you're not gonna do that. Like, you're a friend of that person, not to me. I don't know you like that, but right here, you better not. You better not. So yeah.
And that does happen. You know, like sometimes I've even had a situation where I had to do like a little bit of checking between the different crews. Like one of my friends tried to come at my other friend. And it was like, oh no, ma'am. We either all in harmony or you got to get out. You know, because I can't. There are just some people, there's just some relationships you don't allow people to touch. Regardless of even if that other friend you are cool with or they are your friend, sometimes that's where you kind of go back to loyalty. That's where you go back to, even if I'm not in the room, who's going to speak up for me? Who's going to tell somebody not to say something? You know? And so sometimes you got to call it out. I've been in that situation too, so I feel you on that one.
Yeah, definitely. Someone got a question. Rihanna, how do you make trio friendships work without one feeling like the other two are basically leaving them out? That's a good question. That's my little cousin.
I think that's a good question. So I'll give like a little bit of a personal answer to that. So I had two friends that I made separately. One I met in high school, but we didn't become friends in high school. And then one I met when I went off to school, when I went off to TSU. So so they didn't know each other, right? They had no clue about each other, but I was friends with both of them. And then, of course, they ended up meeting. They ended up liking each other. And so we're a trio now. Not to say that trio didn't come with any kind of bumps in the road, because there are things that the two of them have more in common than me and one of them, or me and the other one. So I think one of the biggest things is like recognizing the strengths within that partnership or that trio. So if this person's really good at this, then you kind of edge that way towards them. we don't do anything without each other. So, you know, if one person's going to go, then all of us are going to go. We live in 3 different cities.
Okay.
So we link up accordingly.
Yeah.
We try not to link up without each other. And if we do, then, you know, it's already like a pre-planned conversation because we're all kind of territorial. So I'll have to say something like, oh, I got to go up there for work, you know, so I may have lunch. It's like getting permission, like, okay, that's fine.
Right.
But I think, too, it's respecting each other, you know, respecting the boundaries within those friendships.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are private conversations had amongst just 2 people, and that does leave the other person out, but that private conversation just needs to be had between those 2 people.
Yeah.
So I think to keep in mind respect, you know, honesty. Girl, I wasn't trying to hang out with you this time. I was just trying to see so. Just be honest, you know, especially if y'all are close. Y'all going to be close.
Yeah.
If there's an opportunity for all 3 of you to be together, then I always go for that option. So that way you're not ostracizing one person. But it's definitely possible to have a trio.
Yes. Someone says friends tell the good and the bad. You guys are really on point saying the right things. You're okay. Okay, cool. Someone says sometimes you have to view yourself and think about what you add to them as friends because they may have outgrown what your I guess you was really what you was really about. I think
so I think she's saying like they may have outgrown what you could offer.
Yeah.
So you gotta sit back and ask yourself like, oh, did I, you know, am I still a few chapters behind? And ain't nothing wrong with that. If you still, you know, in chapter 4 and they done moved on to chapter 7, y'all still in the same book. And I think that's another thing as well. Sometimes friendships end, but you still have connection.
Yes.
Anything doesn't always mean no connection.
Right.
I got a divorce, but that's my best friend. We still connected, but we ain't together. You know, and so I think
me though.
Hey, it was work. It was work.
It worked, but not with me. Sorry, my bad, y'all had a little trigger.
Anytime that divorce word come up, it'd be a trigger for folks, and I just be like, "We're friends." But
thank the Lord for the divorce. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway,
I'm gonna sign and everything. Okay.
y'all just saying.
But I think that's important. Like with that question, recognizing that, you know, if there is something about you that person has kind of outgrown, and I hope I'm answering it right. Comment below if I am. Then recognizing like you don't have to have the same closeness, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the partnership has to end. You're just not as close. Maybe they bump down to an associate. They just somebody who you know now.
Yeah. Because like you said, you go from different stages. And it's okay, you know, just different levels of your life, you know, where, you know, because some of my friends, majority of my friends are in Nashville. And, you know, I got to have friends here in Chicago as well. But, you know, when I talk to them, it's like we never left. Never. Like I can go without like a week or 2 without. And I make new friends all the time. But like these friends, you know, we ate, you know, ramen noodles together in Wilson Hall, you know, things like that. So it's like, you know, I can go like I said, I can go weeks without talking to them, and then I talk to them like, hey, yeah, this is what's going on. Okay, this is what's going on. Like we back at it, you know. So you know, and understand and have to be understanding that life does happen, and you know, I got stuff going on. I got social work Sunday T, I got Chelsea, I got this, I got that, you know. But I always make ways, send them a text like, hey, I'm thinking about you. What you doing? All right. You let me know if you need some, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, someone said respect and honesty are always best. Yes.
Yes.
Wait, Kenny, what you saying? You'll never have a friend like me. Never. Thank God. Okay. Okay, cool. Can you like, that's my sister. My sister is Dorican Kenya. Bless their heart. It takes quality friendship over quantity any day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Definitely. But yeah, like, yeah, this the end. But yeah, I just really appreciate you, Jess. Oh, we gotta raffle off the any other questions before I go into raffling things off and all that good stuff. Thank you so much, everybody, for getting on this live. I hope we answer your questions. Thank you for all of your statements, all your love, and all that good stuff. We really, really appreciate it. It pushes us to go even further into normalizing things like having these conversations because they're so necessary. A lot of people lose friends and a lot of family members, and yeah, we got to talk about this stuff. So we're gonna how are we gonna do the first auction, Jasmine?
Um, so with the first one, let's just see who made the most comments. Whoever made the most comments will win a tea.
Okay, cool. So I got two teas. So I'm gonna do the playback and see who commented the most, and then I'll just inbox them like, hey, you want a tea?
You want a tea, yeah.
You want a tea,
yeah.
And then for the mug is okay. So one tea is for who got the many comments, that many comments. Yeah. And what's the mug?
Let's see.
We gotta do that. Yeah.
I think we talked about, okay. So if you can identify one thing that you've learned, you got to be as detailed as possible. One thing you've learned from Social Work Sunday Teas. It doesn't just have to be this one. It could be anyone, but you put the comment, put it inside the comment, what you've learned. It needs to be as detailed as possible so that we can review and make sure that it was actually said during one of the teas. Right. But I thought this was really important for us to be able, to do this. I really wanted to be able to sponsor and do this and give back. And I got my shirt on.
Yeah, my shirt. Actually, what was the shirt? That's $20. The shirts are 20, the mugs are 10, the tea is 15. The new tea is called Fresh. It got peppermint leaves, it got spearmint and chamomile leaves. It's really, really good. It's smooth. It's like whoosh, a birth of freshness. Can't talk. But yeah, let me know. And if you have a shirt or a cup, a mug, let me know. Hey, put it in the Social Work Sunday Tea. So who wearing a shirt? I can't see. But okay, thank you for wearing your shirt. But yeah, just post on my page and let me know that you wearing a shirt. Tag us. I really, really appreciate it. Social Work Sunday Tea is on the move. I gotta calm down because I'm too excited. We're on the move. I did a photo shoot yesterday and it was amazing. I didn't know the pictures was gonna come out. I was like, what? But yeah, I'm doing some exciting things. Hopefully for the month of March. I'm trying to do another pop-up shop for March. For sure. So, Jasmine, I want to say thank you for tuning in and make sure everybody tune in next week. We're talking about give. Oh, mama. That's my mama. Well, I can't see. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Williams. Thank you so much. But yeah, make sure you tune in next week. For Social Work Sunday Tea, we're talking about givers and takers. It needs to be discussed. You need to talk about that. So thank you so much for joining us. Always consider others in the way you present yourself. Okay. All right, cool. Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much for joining in and see y'all next week. Love you guys. Thank you, Jasmine.
Bye, y'all.
All righty.